Hello, I'm Vince from We Are Airstream here in Chandler, Arizona, and I want to go over briefly this 2026 Airstream Classic 30-foot. We'll start up here towards the front. You have your electric jack and it goes up and down. You have a light. If for some reason you had a malfunction here, there's a tool. If you turn the level and remove this, a tool will go in there and you can manually bring up your jack. You obviously have where you connect to your trailer ball here. You have your emergency brake controller here. You go through the chains, and then you have your 7-way pin. Again, when you plug this into your tow vehicle, this runs your trailer brakes, your trailer lights, and charges your batteries. And then on this side, you have a port for external solar if you wanted to supplement off the roof. You also have a pin here, another pin you pull out, and you have a full-size spare tire underneath the trailer. That bar just drops down, and then you pull the tire out. You have your onboard lithium batteries that come with the trailer. And then on this other side, you have a port for external propane. So if you wanted to run an outside grill, barbecue, fire pit off of the propane that comes with the trailer, you can do that. You just need a low flow hose when you do that. In here is where your propane tanks would go. They do come with the Airstream trailer. You have a regulator, so you would just regulate and point the nipple towards which tank that you wanted to use propane from. You also have the regulator will tell you if you're running out of propane or not. When it's green, that means you're full. And when you start to run out, it'll turn red. You also have another regulator inside on your C-zone, which will tell you exactly the amount of propane you have in your tanks. Up here we have the front window, and of course your window guard. To open the window out, you do that from the inside. And out here, you have 2 screws. If you turn those a half a turn, this cover will come away from the actual glass window, and you can clean behind it, either on the window or the guard. And then to put it back, you just tighten those up. We come around this side here, we have your door handle, which is lit up, and you can control that from the C-zone where you can turn it on and off. You have a doorbell on the Classic as well. You have your steps. Again, to remember on the steps, you want to go at 90 degrees and then just roll, roll, roll. You're going to roll those steps in, and then they're going to go up underneath. To bring them out, don't stand here. 2 hands, bring that down. It'll lock in. And then the secret again is keep this rolling. Just roll, roll, roll it out. And then you'll have your steps in place. You have your screen that's attached here. Airstream recommends if you're going to close your front door and the screen's already closed, that you attach the screen door when you're closing the door versus just slamming the door shut. It's easier on the 2 plastic pieces here. You also have a door lock and a deadbolt lock on this particular trailer. It is somewhat recommended, possibly if you want to paint this red with red fingernail polish or red paint, because once the deadbolt is out, if you were to close the door, it's not going to go in. It will bend this or damage the opening there. So just in case kids, grandkids, or somebody pulls it out and you're unaware of it. Of course, you have your door handle here. You do have a light up here that's controlled from inside. And you see in the 2026, they've added a camera. So your monitor, when you're towing, actually has the availability to monitor the side door and in the back. I'll show you where your backup camera is. This little door here controls your electronic stabilizing jacks. There's 2 of them, 2 buttons in here. One brings up the 2 leveling jacks in the back, or stabilizing jacks in the back, and then another button brings up the 2 stabilizing jacks in the front. You have 110 outlets here. You have a vent here that is for your inside kitchen cooking vent, so if you want to exhaust smoke and whatnot. But there are two metal pins here. You need to remove and push them off to the side so this flap will open when you're using it. When 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 you're traveling, you want to pull those pins back down so it locks into place. As we move along this side here, you have some storage along here. It's not very big. It's also recommended that you might want to put a banana clip or some type of lock here so it's not as easy to just pull these out. As we move around the back, you have storage compartment here. This is the way you would lock it here. And then this just lifts up to put it back down. You just pull that. A lot of people put their utilities and some of the tools they have in the back here. This is a storage compartment in the back of the trailer. And all the storage compartments have lights built in that you have to turn on. You also have another awning back here. You would just pull this, it comes down. And then these that are tucked in here are brought out here and just get locked in. And then this just velcros up. And to put it back, you just pull that down, bring these around, and these will just lock in behind the little wing nut here. And this just rolls back up. That is the backup camera for the back of the trailer. We do get a monitor. You'll plug that into your tow vehicle. So when you're towing, it's on all the time, or when you're backing up. And again, you'll be able to hear people if someone's back here. You just can't communicate to them. You can't talk to them, but you can hear what they're saying. As we come around this side, you have another window awning just like the back one. Works the same way. You have more storage down here. You have your onboard city water hookup. This is where you would put your potable hose. If you're at an RV park, you'd obviously tie in. This does have a built-in regulator. And then this is for your black tank flush. So if you wanted to flush out your black tank, again, you would not use the same hose. You would have a different hose for the black tank flush. This compartment here, when it's unlocked, it's for filling your fresh water. So your fresh water you would have on board for traveling or boondocking, you would fill that there. Coming over here, we have your smart plug. This is a 50 amp electrical cord. This comes with your trailer and it powers your trailer. And since you have two air conditioners, it's 50 amp. That just pulls out. You squeeze these, squeeze them and put it back in. And then these are your data ports. So now Airstream has a cable hookup or a data port if you had Starlink or something like that. And then behind this control panel, you have an outside shower, hot and cold. So if you wanted to spray something off. And this is just a vent for your Aldi system for your hot water and your furnace. And then you have another awning here. This awning just comes down and will lock in right here into here. And then it'll go back up. It's not electric like the front awning is. All right. So when you first come in, you'll see one of several control panels. This one controls lights inside, outside. When you leave the unit, you can turn all the power off. The one thing to remember here is it does control your awning here as well as on your C-zone. But when you're going to control the awning here, you need to remember these two buttons. If you hit them together, it unlocks the awning. Then you can push the button to bring the awning out if you want to run that. But you must unlock that awning or it won't work. Then as we come inside, you have your couch, which does recline and adjust with footrest. This couch will go all the way down and make into a bed as well. You also have hidden compartments here for storage on either side. And then more storage up here. You've got your blinds that just pull up and down. Smoke detector. So we come around here, your cooking surface, you have an extension here. You just bring that up and it locks in for more counter space. And to release those, you actually have to pull down on them and it'll come down. And then you've got more space here, pull out drawers. One thing to remember on the Classics, especially when you're over the sink, these are great and decorative, but if you are at a certain height and you lean in, you can bump your forehead, so always be cautious of that. You come around, you have your cooktop surface here for lighting. You have a fan, and again, remember you need to unlock the fan on the outside for that to work properly. You have your convection oven here, microwave. You have storage, and then up here you have your stereo. You have a little USB plug here, and then this button does control the table up and down. It's done electronically. One other thing, if you were to make this into a bed, you'd bring the table down, put the cushions in the middle. However, you have a brace underneath here. So you would grab this and bring this down. That brace will help support the tabletop. And then that just goes back up there. You have a fantastic fan here. This is electronic and it is run off of your C-zone. So you control it there. You would open and close it and turn the fan on. You have a smart TV, and it is swivels. You have a black pull cord here. You pull that down and that releases it from the wall. So it comes out. And then when you're traveling, you'll make sure that locks back in. This is one of the control panels as well. This is the main control panel for your Classic trailer. It tells you where your batteries are, your LP if they're full, exactly if they're full on the 2 tanks. Fresh water, you can turn on your water pump, your gray tank. You also can run your air conditioner from here. There's several pages. You can turn lights on just by pushing buttons. So you'll want to read your owner's manual extensively. This goes in depth on this, but this controls everything in your trailer. This would turn on your air conditioner, your fans, and then this control panel here is for your hot water and your furnace. So because you have the Aldi system in this trailer, so this is where you would control and decide what the temperature is. So it's not really a propane furnace as normal trailers are, and it works really effectively. So you would turn on your hot water or your furnace from this control panel here. Then as we come around, you have your closet in here. Light automatically comes on, and you do have in the floor of the closet, underneath your sink covers, there is a safe. And in the keys that you get with your Airstream, the gold key unlocks the safe. On your fridge, so you have 2 little icons here. The one with the white on the top is for the freezer. So when you hit that, you have 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest you can set. And then the little white on the bottom is the refrigerator. And then, of course, when you travel, you always want to make sure you lock those into place. You have more storage here, the top and the bottom. As we move through here, you have your shower, and you do have a vent in the shower. You push that up and just push the black button, that turns it on. And as we come over here, you have your bathroom. In the Classic, you get a mirror, and then you have a medicine cabinet down here. You also have more controls here. You can actually turn the water pump on from the bathroom here, along with up off your C-zone. You have the porcelain toilet with the foot pump, so you would push it down and that would fill the toilet. You also have a heated towel rod, so when you turn on your furnace, this actually will heat up and warm your towels. And then this particular model has the queen bed. So you have this model also comes with an electric lift. So this button here, there's a button on the other side of the bed over the nightstand that will raise and lower the bed as well. So it raises up for able to walk around it. You have more buttons here. Again, these are for sleeping, turning lights on and off. You also have two control buttons, or I'm sorry, one underneath the bed. This is really nice if you've gotten in bed and you've forgotten to turn the lights off. There's one master switch. You hit the button and it turns all the lights off, so you don't have to get out of bed. You have another TV in here. You pull the strap down and the TV will come away from the wall just like the one in the living room for watching, and then you lock that in for travel. You have storage underneath the bed along with the sides, and on this bed you can actually lift it up and you have your storage underneath there. You have two panels here, 4 screws. You take that out, there's foam in here and you can clean that just like a home filter if you want to clean that at your return. And that is the brief overview on the 2026 Classic 30 foot.